Now we're live.
Good evening, everyone. Got people from New York. That's awesome.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for rejoining us after our week break from
Yeah, yeah.
catching
We
up
had a
with
few things
things.
to attend to, didn't we?
It's been a somewhat surprising busy week,
Yeah,
considering the current situation.
yeah. Russ Bucket. I think he emailed me on Instagram just before this saying he's looking forward to the live stream, which is cool. Chris Champion.
Highlight of this week, this live stream, I think. Actually, no, his highlight of this week is that he got rid of a Fiat Punto off his driveway. So,
So, what's everyone been up to? Have you been working on your cars, or have you been stuck at work? Let's hear from everyone, and then we'll let you know what we've been up to.
yeah, whilst I catch my bearings as well, we'll just have a general chat with you guys. We might see
Yeah.
have a quick chat about what's on the news. Then we've got to chat about some future plans for us. We'll see where the night goes.
I will. Just want to take a chance actually while Will's just tuned in here. He actually shares a lot of our videos and a lot of our stuff on Instagram. So it's massive thank you for that, mate. Yeah, really appreciate all that support. And if you haven't, people that are viewing now, if you've not seen his channel, he's got some really nice cars and a project up and coming. So yeah, go check his channel out as well because it's well worth seeing and he's doing it for a really good cause. So there's Cole from Classic Mini DIY as well.
Yeah. I'm going to say good evening, but it's probably not evening where he is.
No, I'm surprised Cole's not got his supercharger running yet though. Currently very windy up north. Where is very calm down. Yeah, Russ Bucket, it's very windy, isn't it? I'm trying to mask up a car for primer and it wasn't going particularly well. The joys of having a car outside, I guess. I've got people coming through now, this is good.
Yeah, I'm just double checking the stream's working okay, but I think people would have told us by now if it wasn't.
So it's mid-afternoon for Cole. Yeah, it sounds like a Mini if it's running than not running. That sounds like a major characteristic of a Mini. And it's 2 p.m. in New York. That's mad, isn't it? Like for us, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, I don't know why we all bother with minis, to be honest, because a lot of us seem to say a lot of choice words about them. So, people that have already tuned in, if you haven't taken part in our competition, please do so. It's probably, I think, the fifth video that we've had out this, or when did we have it out at the beginning of the week, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's introducing the sidewalk to the channel, and there's a giveaway at the end of it. So please go and check that out if you haven't already. It's a chance to win some mini spares vouchers, and if you're third prize, you get one of our stickers. So it's well worth taking part in. You'll win something. You got 3 chances to win. So
Free draws. Trying to give a little bit back to
yeah,
you guys, obviously our supporters. So
yeah. It's all part of the character of a mini. I think that's a classic car thing. I just think minis break a lot more. So I spent most of yesterday rooting through spares to try and get some stuff together to see what I do and don't need for the Clubman when it's built. And yeah, I realised I have quite a lot of stuff, and quite a lot of stuff I don't actually need. And why I've kept it, I don't know. And I had a big clear out last year. Rose tinted specs, yeah, I think so. Or hopefully bronze yellow tinted specs soon. You never know. We've got blue tinted specs this week though, haven't we, James?
our blue what? Sorry.
We've got blue tinted specs
Oh, blue
this week.
tinted specs. Yes, we have got some blue tinted specs.
Has anyone actually been out in their minis or their classics? Obviously,
Yeah,
primarily we're doing these at the moment, but has
everyone?
anyone been using them during the lockdown? I've taken the Clubman Estate up in the picture there out, took it for our central shop. But yeah, it'd be nice if people are using them. So
So I will be with everyone in like 2 seconds. Just making sure everything works.
So Lewis has been using his. Hiya John, thank you for tuning in. We've been out for Essentials in the 1340 Cooper. Now that sounds like a good way to go and get some stuff, doesn't it?
I'll get you there and back quite quick, won't it?
Well, James will be able to go in the 1380 Cooper soon.
Yeah. That will, when MJ is back down, so I've still got to get MIT yet, so that is yeah, that's looking like it might be sooner rather than later.
Yes, there's
Fingers crossed.
2 jobs really left, isn't there? So
yeah, that will be a good bit of fun once we got it.
yeah. My pickup, it's not been used since September last year. Why is that, Nigel? Is it a project, or is it being stubborn, or are you just not choosing to use it? Good evening, Keith. Thank you for tuning in. Took the scenic route in Sprout to get MOT'd. Oh wow, I bet that feels good having Sprout on the road, doesn't it? So if anyone's not followed that build, it's truly awesome. The level of detail Keith and Mark go to cars is, yeah, it's phenomenal. It really is. And I would definitely say that car is better than factory now. So Matt took Ollie out for a run as well. So that's Ollie's a Mini Clubman. It's a white one actually. A lot better condition than our white Clubman.
As you can see.
Rusty also says he can't go out as he's not got a rear subframe. I think that would impair your driving definitely.
Well, it's front wheel drive. You know, you could drag it down the street. I don't, you know, some people might get upset, but
supermarket? Was it McDonald's trays?
yeah, McDonald's trays. Apparently, they're quite durable. That'll be a bit of fun. Or just screw some casters onto the back. I'm sure they'll hold up. Just make sure no one's sitting in the back.
Matt's just said he's managed to get a 998 Auto Mini. I think that's the Mini 30 he's referring to, up to 70 miles an hour. That's that sounds interesting.
How is on the classic Mini Auto boxes? I'm guessing the gearing ratios are different, but do they struggle to get 70? They're technically only 3 speed, aren't they?
I've never really driven one more than sort of around a built-up rural area, so I've probably done about 50 miles an hour in one before. But
Or do they?
I imagine they can.
Do they come at 4 speed? I really.
Yeah, they're 4 speed.
They are 4
I'm
speed.
sure they're 4 speed, aren't they?
I don't know. I'd have had it.
There you go. Comment away. We can't remember.
We should probably really know, but we've never owned an auto mini, have we?
I think we need to though. I definitely think we need to.
I think we need to actually. I think that would be a fun project, and
Yeah. I know of a blue club an auto as well. That's I keep getting told that I should buy one day.
well, we've got BMG from Sydney, so we got all the way down under.
Oh wow!
Oh, thanks for joining in because it's probably it's like
Yeah,
nine. I think it's 9 hours difference at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that early morning then?
That is early morning for them. Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying the videos as well. So, are you watching anything in particular? Are you watching the Clubman or the 89 or me and James, just general what we're up to? Be nice to know where we're going right and wrong. Good evening, Mark. Automatic is usually low mileage and nice. Yeah, they're normally sort of definitely lower mileage and normally in better condition as well. It's 4:15 a.m. in Sydney.
Yep. Quite.
We really appreciate you tuning in.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I would.
I'm glad you enjoyed it all.
Yeah, I think I watched a video. Tooney's Auto. I think he said it was 4 speed, but he did say it was different to others. So I don't know if it's a different box, but
Yeah,
um,
is that a 1989 one? Is it an 89 or a 90?
yeah, because actually, maybe I'll quick Google in a second. I actually prefer
Yeah,
driving
we'll have to have a look.
automatic. So I'm after my daily drivers are automatic,
Hmm.
so it's just the get in and go
JCW driver,
attitude.
isn't it?
I'm a secret American. I love driving autos.
Yeah, I have to admit, I do really like an auto. I want an old Volvo automatic, so like old
No,
silky barts to drive
land yacht,
around in.
just a nice European land yacht, and you can just cruise around in.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, that's pretty much what you use for elderly couples or elderly people tend to have the autos, and they're either stashed away somewhere now and not used, or they are normally generally really low mileage, which is good, I guess, keeping the minis alive.
Hmm. I think maybe it's a little bit stereotypical, but I think a lot of the automatics went to the elderly of the people like
Yeah,
it was elderly grandparents back in the 90s, so they had like an
yeah,
easy
yeah,
get around car, and then they sat for most of the early 2000s, and now people are actually picking them up. Their value's gone up quite a bit in the recent years, so
yeah. But I think the problem is as well. At least 10 years ago, it was a massive craze to get rid of the manual, make it get rid of the auto, make it a manual.
manual,
So
yeah.
I think a lot of the auto engines have been ditched and scrapped, and I think it's quite hard to get a good auto second-hand box or something now. I do think they're getting quite sought after. A lot of the Japanese minis are automatic as well, 1275 automatics and stuff like that. So, which I guess makes a lot of sense city driving with an automatic. So, again, I'm not an automatic mini. In fact, I don't think I've actually owned an automatic car. I've driven plenty, but I've never actually owned one. So this week we've been busy, haven't we, James?
Yeah, been busy. We've
Got a few things on the way for you guys.
probably a bit of a split last minute decision, but we've
Yeah.
um,
So we're not going to give it away. It will be coming in coming weeks, but
no, yeah,
we're quite excited, aren't we? It's something we've both really wanted for a long time.
we're excited. It's going to be it's going to be great, and it's going to bring more content to the channel in
Yeah,
probably more
definitely.
ways than you probably think at the moment. So it's
Yeah, yeah. So
and
it's interesting, isn't it? I think, and I think it's something we're actually quite weirdly excited about. That I guess maybe wind back 5, 10 years, we probably wouldn't have been. But it's definitely a good find, I think,
I think
as
it's
well.
safe to say we're probably the only two people in existence are this excited about what is coming.
We hope you guys like it as well, and please sort of when you do see it, understand that it's to give you guys more, um, and also for me and James to have a bit of fun at the same time. So, evening mini mat TV. I hope you're well. I had a 1979 Honda. I bet that's rare as well. Honda Civic, 1979 Civic. Oh, looks like we've got a Mini 30 to test drive, James. An automatic one.
Nice.
I think we might have to get that on the channel. Little auto Mini. Be nice to take it for a little run.
Yeah,
No, we didn't say we had a new car, Will. We didn't say that. We said we've got something exciting coming to the channel. But
yeah.
yeah, I'd be quite surprised if you guys guessed it. To be fair.
It's just we we want to do a reveal, and
And lockdown's stopping us
lockdown
at
is
the
kind
moment,
of stopping that at
which
the
is really
moment. So
annoying.
it's something that will come, and
Yeah,
hopefully in the coming weeks, where if fingers crossed lockdown restrictions
yeah.
still slowly come down a little bit, but maybe
You never
allow
know. We could maybe reveal it live, so you guys are loyal and come back every week
week. Yeah,
for our live streams. We might reveal it live.
a mascot.
mm, We're not going to give it away. Technically, it's our mascot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture a 1979 Honda Civic now.
I can only think of the '90s ones. Like, oh, I can't think of an
Yeah,
old one. No,
really. Yeah.
I'm guessing it's more square than I'm imagining. So, okay, well let's do it. I'll put a picture up on the screen. 1979 Honda Civic. See
If
what
I
that.
remember rightly, it's got the, or am I thinking this Nissan Micra? It's got the big number-plate lamps and the big lights just sort of poking out the back a little bit. Or am I thinking of the complete wrong car?
Looks like wing mirrors could be. I don't know. I think someone just added those on. I'm trying to find another picture.
No, no, Matt. It's not one of. It's not for the banter. No, we're not. We're not doing the in-betweeners rerun.
Here you go. I've got a picture from the brochure by the looks of it.
What, for a 1979 Honda Civic?
Yeah.
I can't honestly. I don't think you don't really see any old Japanese cars around on the road. Not even like all the sort of 90s Japanese cars. You don't see many of them about anymore. If you do, they're all turned into drift cars now. So
That's it. It's only if they ever got exported out of Japan, but I imagine small cars like that did because they've got that. Is it a 10-year rule? All
yeah,
cars after 10 years, they can't be road legal in Japan anymore, so they have to go, and that's why there's a big export business for cars out of Japan.
yeah. I think with Japan, I think they come across as like a very sort of clean and tidy country, but I also think that the cars they have are very like particularly kept clean as well. And I think the ones that do come into the UK are such good cars. But I think a lot of people get put off by them. I don't know why. I think a lot of because they are automatic. I don't know. I don't. They're normally really well sorted and normally have quite a lot of expensive equipment attached to them as well. And James used to visit looking at Honda Civics.
Yeah.
Apparently, it had chrome bumpers.
Well, I tell you, I just read the description to this picture, and it's actually from the USA brochure. So it's got the horrible California
Oh, look at
bumpers.
that! What? Yeah, it
That
was the back end I was thinking of.
it's the
What is
California.
that?
Unfortunately, this is obviously American spec. California bumpers don't look that great. That was a big thing. Ruined the look of a lot of cars, those bumpers, didn't they?
You couldn't drift the Civic. I'm pretty sure you could if you put some McDonald's trays under the back wheels.
It's alright, the Civic CVCC 5-speed comes with an AM radio.
Ooh,
Reclining front bucket seats with adjustable headrests, full carpeting, open rear quarter windows, tinted glass all round, rear window defroster. Oh, luxury.
that is luxury. That
Yeah.
is really. That is plush, isn't it?
A
Why are the
taco.
bumpers so big in America? It's ridiculous.
A tachometer redlined at 6,000 RPM, plus front wheel drive. But these features
So
are
no
just the
VTEC
beginning.
then.
Yeah. No, I don't think VTEC was a thing there.
5-door one. Well, they do a 5-door.
I've got more
Japanese
pictures.
need to have
Oh,
aircon.
there you
This is
go.
true. Cool.
I'll show you the 4-door wagon. This is a. I actually like this. I think this looks really cool.
I'll probably like it if it's a wagon.
Let's put this on.
Wet floor. What? It sounds like Matt's he's been trying to drift a car that shouldn't be drifted.
So this is
Is that the wagon? Is this
this is
estate
the
Honda
this
Civic?
is the wagon, 4-door wagon.
Oh wow, that's actually really cool. Why are the wheels so big?
Actually looks cool. I don't think I've ever seen one of those in my life. I think
No.
that'd be cool. There you go. Maybe that's a future project for the channel.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's find a Japanese hatchback or a wagon. One thing I have always quite wanted is it the Datsun Sunny pickup trucks. They're really cool, but they have really got a premium price on them now. Hiya, Luke. Thanks for tuning in. Flapcat Garage, evening. Thank you for coming back. Hope we didn't bore you last time. So yeah, let's have some ideas from all you guys. What sort of cars would you like to see on the channel? Because me and James have got quite a few ideas up our sleeves, and we think you all like them all, to be fair. But everything's a bit Marmite. You might like some, might like not. And to be honest, we might buy stuff we don't quite like, but we just sort of got a scratch and itch. But yeah, we've got a few ideas, and a few of them are Japanese actually, aren't they? A few of the ideas, car-wise. But
Yeah.
be interesting to see what people would like to see. Obviously, bear in mind we're not millionaires.
No.
We can't give you a McLaren P1 or anything like that.
Fancy restoring my car on the channel.
Well,
probably be a long waiting list, to be honest.
Yeah. Got a bit of a queue at the moment.
I like what Slipstop says there. I original 500 I would actually like to do, but they're actually.
He's got a really nice little blue one.
Yeah. They're really they're a lot rarer to find now.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to like early 2000s, they were just thrown out as scrap tins, basically, weren't they? They all went. Not a lot of them.
Oh yeah. I've actually had the privilege of going out in this car with Matt, and it is actually really cool. It's a really nice little car. So maybe we could have that on the channel one day. That'd be quite interesting. Small people cars.
An early four-wheel drive Subaru.
What, an Impreza? Or like Legacy or like something wagonish or
Colin McRae with the gold wheels, yeah?
Yeah. Or the pickup truck. Don't they do a pickup truck? Subaru pickup truck. I'd have one of them.
Might do.
That could be interesting. A Citroen 2CV just for a laugh.
Ooh. Might be a bit too.
That would.
Might be a bit too French for us.
I think it might clash.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be fair, it's a car that's on my list to drive, so maybe it could be a list for the channel.
Oh, let me. I think my dishwasher's making noise.
Right, so far we've had a Fiat 500, an automatic Mini, Honda Civic, an early one, Citroen 2CV, an early Subaru 4-wheel drive. To be honest, I wouldn't rule any of them out, really. If they're all quite feasible, then yeah.
Austin Maxi, of course.
Oh yeah, we've got to
have a Maxi at some point. Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah. And I've got a feeling we just got to buy something like a Princess as well, just to say we've had one, or an Allegro.
Yeah, there's a few Allegros that are popping up lately.
Yeah. The problem is with the cars like that is, unless you get a good one, they're going to be really rusty, and if you get a half decent one and you want to modify it, the purists are going to shoot you down. Morris Marina, try not to drop a piano on it. Well, Mini Status 365. Do an English version of, what's that? Goon Squad.
Have you not seen Goon Squad?
No, I've not seen that.
Big American car channel, two brothers. They basically, it's similar to Beers for Build, but they do it on a much quicker scale. They literally buy something that's wrecked, they literally within like 2 weeks it's completely rebuilt, and they do like a video every day about them. It's quite good to watch.
Oh, that sounds good. Austin Ambassador. I just like the name of that. VW camper van, yeah, but I don't think we can stretch to one of them right now. I think even a bad one's about £8,000. Also blocks, black trim. I pay £300 for mine. Toyota MR2 Mark 1, that could be quite interesting. So we have got a few Japanese cars on the list, actually, haven't we? I'm not too sure how much the Mark 1 MR2s are now. I believe they've gone up in price quite a bit. A Rover Metro.
Yeah.
Don't
D-
people give those away, don't they?
I saw an L-Reg Rover
Oh.
Metros looking very sorry for itself on Thursday, and I thought, maybe.
A City Rover. You know what? I think we should do a little drive in one of them.
That's the sort of car that you just want to do a challenge
Just a
in, drive across it.
yeah. That's what I mean. So one of our ideas, we'll let you guys know, is you're loyal and tuned in. Me and James are thinking, obviously when lockdowns happened and things moved on a bit, maybe getting a car and doing a road trip. Is that something you guys would like to see? We want to have fun in a car. Maybe like a budget car drive or something. Find a car, get it running, and just drive it as far as we can. Something like that. We now have a backup plan for every occasion, so it'd be quite fun.
I think if we can find something that maybe it's got short MOT, it's not quite running, we can get it started, jump in it, and just like put some miles on it.
This is what I mean. Yeah.
Um,
Just set a challenge, like one end from the country to the other, maybe. Just a few checkpoints, maybe arrange to meet a load of you at a checkpoint somewhere. That'd be quite fun. That'd be quite a laugh. But yeah, I just think it'd be a real good a car that we just don't know anything about. We'll make sure it's safe, get it running, and then just go for it. A Renault 5 GT Turbo, I just don't think we can get one of them. Is there any left? Road trips are good. Yeah, we've it's definitely been on our list, and we had so much planned this year, didn't we? It's sort of gone a bit mental.
but
Yes, road trips could go down quite well.
yeah, it's not the right direction. I think. I'm not saying it's in the wrong direction, but it's just a different direction we've been in this year. But everyone's in the same boat, aren't they? So
Yeah, I think everyone wants to get out. I think it's the biggest thing. An A series Metro. To be honest, I'll just pull the engine out of it. No, I don't dislike Metros. I've driven a few, to be fair. I've driven one with a 1.8 VBC engine in it, and that's a bit of a weapon. A few of them about. 500 North Coast 500. Yeah, we could do that. That could be quite fun.
tuck.
Yeah,
Go.
that could. Yes, that would be well good. Who's going to sit in the back though, and who's going to sit at the front?
Holding on for dear life.
Yeah, Maxie and me and James can camp in
Oh
it. That'd be
yeah,
interesting.
it'd be spacious. I'll tell you that.
The North Coast 500 could be a good one. I don't think Graham likes Metros.
No, I'm getting a strong vibe
today.
against Metros here. Did you manage to unseize the engine?
Rough to get a Metro, then we wouldn't want to lose you as a subscriber. Luke, no, I've not actually addressed the engine again. I've not actually touched it. I'm really gunning to try and get this car painted at the moment. I have actually found in my storage another engine I'm going to put in the car, like I mentioned in that video, that if I couldn't get it unseized, I was going to use another one anyway. We're going to revisit it, I think. I think the ultimate goal is to unseize it, maybe do a bench test and maybe have it running. That could be quite interesting. You know, it's not run since at least 2001, that car. It's not been on the road since then, so that could be quite interesting.
I think we'll get it running. I think it's just how long it will stay running for.
Exactly. I think it'll be interesting. I've already got plans to have it as an ornament in my house somewhere, so.
I think with
like Robin road trip, that could be interesting. Like Jeremy Clarkson, we roll it.
take it to BGO to get out and wave and goodbye to him. Yeah, really.
This is it. Say maybe we'll meet some of you along on our road trip, and maybe we can give the Metro a send off.
We like Robin road trip. I'd love to drive one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a go. I'd drive anything, me. I'd have a go at anything. Did you have any history of the Clubman? There is a bit of history with the Clubman. the reason I know it's been off the road since 2001 is the MOTs, and the last tax that's in the window is 2001, and the person I bought it off knew the person that owned it as well, so sort of a bit more of a verbal history, I guess. There's a few MOTs and bits and bobs, but there's not too much, unfortunately, which is sort of why I've opted to change the engine, change the colour, and so forth. But yeah, the car interior wise, we made up of bits and bobs that I've got, and it's kind of a bigger engine in it. It's not the original colour anymore, so obviously I'm sorry for the purists, but in my eyes it's quite important to put a car back on the road, and you've got to like what you see, so that's the vibe we've sort of gone with, really. So should we move away from talking about Metros, or should we put a nice Rover up on the screen?
Well, the 114s.
Just for Graham.
The 114s had the K series engine, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
To be fair, there's only one ever Rover Metro worth owning, and that would be
Which one's that?
I'll get a picture up and I'll show you.
You can have the 6R4, is that what you're on about?
Um,
I'm one of those people that really doesn't like that Metro. There's so many people that the Metro 6R4 is their dream car, and I don't get it, me. I think maybe I'm a bit too young. I never understood that 80s thing about it, but
can't find a decent picture, but it would be the MD Turbo. That would be the one to have.
yeah. But that's the engine without the turbo that's going in the Clubman, so it should be. Maybe we can put a turbo on it one day. That'd be fun.
That was a discussion a while ago, wasn't it? It was once we've got the budget club and up and running, it would be what to do next with it. Yeah.
So there's quite a few turbo kits you haven't got to cut the bulkhead out either, or you can go supercharger and have it. Obviously, it's all up on top then. So there's quite a bit of room in a mini Clubman engine bay. So big intercoolers. There's quite a bit of space to utilise. So we can make our life difficult by using it all. Matt likes the idea of a turbo, but he's building a turbo engine, so he's going to be biased. How are you getting on with that anyway, Matt? Have you got any further? I noticed you've been picking up a few bits and bobs for it. Road trip the budget Clubman. Yes, we should definitely do that. That'd be good, wouldn't it, James?
Yeah, that a shakedown test. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
shakedown test to Scotland in the back.
Yeah, or even just down south and back. That's a good amount of mileage. I did find an MG Turbo that looks quite. It's got PBS alloys or something on it. I don't know.
They're the original wheels, though. I've actually driven one of them. Like the sound of a supercharger. Yeah, see, I quite like the sound of. I know. Don't call me again. They do a new mini supercharger, the Eaton 45, and that's you can buy quite. I say simple kit, but the only thing that concerns me is do I upgrade the engine to take the power and make more power, or do we just say goodbye to our Metro engine and see how much power we can put through a turbo for a standard engine? Let's get a convoy of minis going around the UK. See, that'd be interesting. We could do loads of checkpoints where people could meet at. We could start like one big convoy. This could be quite fun.
Could be good.
I see a idea in the making here.
Yeah, it could be definitely a bit of organising that could be done. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think that's quite good. I think we'll add that to our list. Is there anywhere in the UK that people should visit with a Mini? I mean, I've visited a few places with a Mini, but I know a lot of people have a favourite place they go to with their cars. I do want to hit Scotland. I do want to do Scotland in a Mini. I've never done that.
I talk about Scotland. I was going to say Lake District. I would love to take the Mini.
I've actually done the Lake District in a Mini. That was good.
I've never taken a Mini up there. I'll definitely do that.
How many RAC vans are coming on that one? Well, it's up to you guys to arrange your recovery, but we should be sorted in that respect. Just keep ringing the AA and stuff, but it's unfortunate. It's going to happen. One of us is going to break down, I guess. But we're all together, so we all should help each other get to the finish line, and that's the whole point of having a classic, I guess.
Put a long toe away.
Yeah. I've got a towing eye on the back of the sidewalk. I can help people.
Talking about that, did anyone see the video of the guy in South Africa? It was a Range Rover Defender being towed by a Classic Mini. Or the Classic Mini was towing.
No, I didn't see
It
that.
was towing.
No.
Oh, I need to send it to you. It's literally this Classic Mini's got a tow bar on the back and it's pulling a Range Rover Defender. And it's like overtaking traffic as well.
I'm not gonna lie.
It is overtaking traffic. I don't know what was in that Mini, but it was doing it. I don't think it was a 998. It was probably something different, probably more modern. I imagine that was in that car. Probably a VTEC or something. So it had a bit of power to pull.
I was gonna say I don't think a 998 would pull a Land Rover. Hi, Classic Car Cave. We're good, thank you. We were just chatting, saying we've got something very exciting coming to the channel. We can't disclose it just yet due to lockdown, but we are quite excited about it. So just to fill you in, we've had the big metro discussion. We've run the idea past you all. We're going to try and do a road trip at some point. It's something we both wanted to do. And the Budget Clubman's been said that we should maybe do it in that, but we need to build that one first.
Yeah, it's got to be rolling and driving preferably.
Seems like Patrick's seen the video as well. One thing we've never done, and one thing I've never really particularly thought of doing, is an engine swap in a Mini. I've never tried doing that, but just talking about you saying it had could possibly had a VTEC in it, but again, I'd first put an engine swap in something else. Wales road trip would be lovely. Wales is stunning in a Mini. I'm not gonna lie. Wales is really good.
I've only really driven in Wales once, and I just want to go back and drive around the roads easily. Although you do have to watch out for sheep. They're everywhere. You go around a corner.
No, Will, I can't put a VTEC in the club, and I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, Patrick was just thinking about that. Yeah, there was a weird video. I have to show Mark after the stream that video.
So we've got quite a few people. So there's like half the people that have tuned in today want to join us for a road trip, which that sounds pretty good. That we'll have to arrange something.
Sure, the Landy wasn't pushing the Mini. Well, it's the wrong way round, so. Isle of Man, yeah.
I've never been to Isle of Man. Never been. What do you all think about the name change of Dame Jagger 66 to Car Cave? I thought that was your picture, Dave. I quite like it. Classic Car Cave. It covers you quite well. You got your Jags, you got your Minis. I think it covers you quite well, actually. I think it works really well. And let's face it, you've got the ultimate car cave.
I'll have to have a look into this cave. I'm sure Mark will show me. Do you know what? Talk about Jags. No, Jag XJS. That would be V12. Oh no, have I lost Mark? We have lost Mark, everyone. Okay, we'll have to hopefully get him back. I wonder if he's gonna reconnect.
What?
Oh, he's back. We lost you for a second there, Mark.
Sorry about that.
But you're back. You've reconnected. At least that worked.
He's gone to paint his Mini. I wish it was ready for paint. I have no fingerprints left on my hands.
You not wear gloves?
So, not while I'm sanding, no. I should do, probably.
You need to feel it, don't you?
Yeah. But, yeah, so I'm still a key worker. I'm having to work, albeit obviously reduced hours. But, yeah, every moment I've had, I'm out there sanding and it's wearing me down now. I'm not gonna lie, but we're getting there, and hopefully you guys are gonna see the Budget Club in a different light, or different shade, shall we put. A Mark II Jag would be nice. Yes, that is. To be fair, that's one of my bucket list cars, a Mark II Jag. I've always wanted the Mark II Jag and have like the touring car period look to it. I just love them. I think they look great. Yeah, Graham has been teasing me about this prep work on the Clubman. I can well and truly tell you now that it is wearing me down, but I'm getting there. Hopefully it won't look like a sea down the side of it, waves.
Nothing a
So
bit.
we are getting there.
Nothing a bit of filler can't fix.
I've spent the last few weeks knocking dents out, repairing stuff, bit of surface rust here and there. It's yeah. If everyone's caught up on the videos, they know that obviously the panel work's done on it, but
You can see why some body shops would rather just fill and smooth and get it out, because
yeah,
a decent job does take a lot of time.
definitely. Fretwork sucks. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. This car's not helped really in the fact that obviously I've used cheaper panels, so they've not quite gone together as well. But obviously you guys have seen I've done the best I can with it, and also the car was accident damaged front and back, so I've sort of been fighting it the whole way to get it looking pretty decent. So
I don't know if the name change is confusing me for Classic Car Cave. I might have seen videos. I just need to verify.
Dave Jaguar.
I need to verify if I've seen them. I can't. I watch a lot of YouTube, so I need to figure out who's who now.
He's building a golf racing mini like track car at the moment, and he's got Jag E-Type and stuff. It's a good channel, really good for tech and inside. I quite like it. It's really good. Dave does do a really good job with his channel.
Well, there you go. I'll make sure I subscribe after the stream for you.
Hi Tony, yes, I'm good, thank you. Thank you for mentioning your video last night regarding those scuttle ends. It's for the 89 really. The Stentner scuttle was okay, but I sort of thought maybe we can save a bit of money there. But your review on them didn't really fill me with much confidence. So Jag E-Type's my dream car and 17k for. Yeah, I agree. I think a Jag E-Type's definitely on people's bucket lists. I think the biggest thing I noticed for a Jag E-Type is the price of the front, the bonnet, and the wings. And it's just ludicrous, mad money.
It's yeah. When my uncle had one, I should never sold it, but especially for what he had, would like they said, Rustbug saying, it worth a lot even in its rusty state.
Yeah, they're worth more. They're worth quite a bit in parts as well, aren't they? Because a lot of stuff's handmade on them and stuff like that. Quite hard to get hold of. Thank you, William, for tuning in. It's been really nice to hear from you. And make sure you crack on with that Mini.
Yeah, take care. Have a good evening.
So it seems like everyone's not sort of gone for a bit of a guess of what the new thing is yet, which is quite nice. We're not going to get cracked. Evening, Sam. Hi, mate. How are you? Oh, my 1966 is insured for 170,000 euros. Wow. Now that sounds like an awesome car. I really like the sound of that. Yeah, I hear that Sam does like going on holiday during prep work. We found that one out the hard way, me and Tony. Then turns up in his flip-flops and going, right, let's do some work. So we're obviously referring to the Midas build there. If you've not seen that, guys, go and check it. It's British-based kit car, a mini-based car as well, so it's pretty cool. It's a really neat little car. Good luck with your paint, Luke, and all your prep. All I can say is take your time. I've taken my time, and I've now got to the point where I just need to prime the car. I start going everywhere on it, and you're a bit lost. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Obviously, if you guys follow along with it, doing the best I can. You've seen the car; it's on a driveway. I've not got a spray booth. It's not in a garage. It's sat outside. I've got a bit of a shelter over the top of it, and that's about it. It's pretty much open to the elements otherwise. So it's hard to keep on top of it. And yeah, I think I'll get over the hurdle eventually, and we can start seeing some shiny parts going back on it, hopefully.
It's fun, but nobody wanted it. Yeah.
A mini
Mini
moke on the
Moog,
channel.
yeah.
I love a mini moke.
Still buy them as a kit, pretty much. Well, the body at least.
Yeah. I love a mini moke. Again, I really like one of the early British ones in green. Nice low turbo engine, real sleeper. I've not been the massive fan of a Scamp, Matt.
No, I don't like Scamps.
I get it sort of an easier way to have a moke in a way. It's sort of based like that, but I've never sort of no.
Yeah, Scamp to me looks like someone just drawn it on a napkin and they just made it. They're just gone like, no, yeah, we'll just make that. That'll do.
To me, they had a garden shed and an engine in a garage, and they just put the engine in the garden shed and drove it. So sorry if anyone owns a Scamp out there. I'm not trying to offend anyone.
They didn't.
But they didn't make the most streamlined body shape, I have to admit. It's a bit like a Volvo. It's a bit of a brick. So. Yeah, my missus has had to deal with a DA and compressor kicking up and all sorts. But hopefully we'll get there. And
it's the standard music, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll get there, yeah. So it should fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we're getting there. So Luke, what car are you building out of curiosity? How far behind are the videos to Budget Clubman?
Not that far, are they?
Not far. You're probably about a week away. I think there's 4 ready to go, so you're not that far away really. For what you've seen in the last video, it's not. Oh well, there is. It doesn't look any different. It's a lot further along than that, but it doesn't look any different. But yeah, there's obviously some more videos coming out next week, and you'll catch up with where I'm at basically. So.
And when I can get the next video of Violet out, I don't know, but still, it's.
Yeah, so with Violet, there's quite a few little niggly things.
We've had quite a bit of Violet.
Sensor. There's a few things that and now obviously you'll find out there's we ran into a bit more of a problem than we thought we had. So obviously it will come true when you see that, but.
Yeah, I think.
So nice Moke fan as well, which is cool. I like a Moke.
Got a little bit distracted towards the end of this week, so I haven't really had much time to get Violet.
No, I think we both.
Yeah, get Violet's video out. So.
Yeah. Romford Guy, good evening. Thank you for coming back. It's nice to hear and see from you. I bought my first Mark 1 for £15 in 1971. Wow. I assume, are you talking Mini or Jag? Because either way, that's mad.
Have you given James a lemon? Well, Violet's nowhere near a lemon.
She's been mechanically neglected, and I did mention that in the video that.
I think.
Or the last live stream that. Yeah.
I think. Previous owners also didn't really do regular maintenance, so it's all just creeping up now. You take one thing off, you find something else, and you're like,
yeah. So we've got a bit stressed of it this week, haven't we, regarding having to find sensors and other bits and bobs. But then we sort of worked out that the car's done. Is it 80,000? I should know this. It's done 80,000 I think now.
Around that, yeah.
And it's all genuine. I have every single MOT receipt for that car. But I think everything that's starting to fail is the new stuff, the stuff from new, isn't it? Like, there's a few sensors that are starting to fail. The item that you'll find out in the next video that's failed, they're obviously all original items, and to be 25 years old and to just be failing now,
weren't
You know,
built.
you've got a really good testament to it.
No, they weren't built to be. They weren't built to last. You know,
No,
well, Rover's original plan was that the car would last 4 to 6 years. You know, it
yeah.
was a
So the fact that it's still there, I mean, it's
it's done well in some respects. So
yeah. You sign a good body preface, it doesn't look much different. That's the thing. That's like it does look different, I guess. But I'm walking out on because it's I have to walk away every now and then and get on with another job. So what's good is I've actually gone and to my storage and I've started getting some bits and pieces out to go back on the car and work out what I haven't got. And obviously the car came with a box of stuff and I've obviously got spares. I'm trying to build it out of that, but it's going to give me a bit of an escape from the actual body shell to allow me to go and refurbish a few bits and pieces up. I've got loads of satin black paint in, and yeah, so yeah, Romford guys itching to see the Clubman in paint. I'm getting to the point where I just want to paint it now. I'm not I'm not gonna lie. It's
to be fair, looking at what seems, yeah, I think a lot of the YouTube community really wants to see um, amber in paint because yeah, as soon as there's some color on there, it changes everything.
so
And
like you all guys have seen the underside and the inside. It took a long while to get to that stage, and prep really is key. And that's not perfect, but it's really good. It's way better than what I ever had from new. So, but I'm not a bodywork specialist. Me and James aren't trained to do any of this stuff we're doing on cars. We're literally two guys having a hobby that we enjoy, and we're bringing everything we know to you. So
yeah,
when the car does come out and you do see it in paint, be kind.
it's 10 years of enthusiast learning. I think that's well, you're
Yeah,
probably a bit
yeah,
longer, but I've had the Mini 10 years, and
yeah. I had my first one when I was 15, so yeah, 15 years for me. But what about a TVR? TVRs are, yeah, I do like a TVR. A V8, it's got to have a V8, obviously, and TVRs are the sound of them is But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I always recall about TVRs is window regulators break and electrics are rubbish. But it's British, so what else can we ask for?
TVRs can't stay in a straight line though. I always heard that was the
Yeah.
problem with them.
Nice to hear from you, Dave. Enjoy
Enjoy
your shower and for an orange.
his all day welding. Yeah,
Sounds
sounds
good.
good. Yeah.
Tell me about it. Taking weeks ago. Yeah, Chris, it's your. I'm assuming it's the old kit car that you're building. Yeah, it breaks you down, doesn't it? But I guess the whole point is to get over that hurdle. Once it's done. Hopefully, I'm ordering enough paint to respray the panels, maybe a few panels again if I muck up. But again, this is the first time I've ever painted a car on my own. We did the Midas, me and Tony together, but that wasn't really to this extent. You know, the car wasn't completely stripped. It's fiberglass, very different to work with. You're dealing with a lot less dents and rust, and panel gaps aren't such an issue on a fiberglass car. But the biggest thing we worried about the fiberglass was reaction. So I think the club will get a lot of love. I hope so. I hope it's getting a lot of love from me.
Well, I think the good thing about the Clubman is I know it looks almost completed when it's painted, but obviously
Miles off,
it's
yeah.
still miles off from getting it. It probably won't be too long to get it rolling, but actually building it all back up, if all the parts were there, then wouldn't be too bad. But I mean, it's still going to be
Yeah.
quite a few months worth of finding parts and getting them as cheap as possible, because it didn't come with a lot, did it? Really?
No, it's missing quite a few things, and obviously when we hit the painted shell stage, the budget clubman in that respect stops. Hitting a painted shell stops. But for me, I'm just another guy like you lot. I haven't got thousands of pounds to throw into it. I'm going to raid my spares, and once the spares are gone, it's a case of looking for good deals about. So keep an eye on Instagram. There might be a few SOSs
Oh,
asking for parts and stuff. But
it's gonna get to like maybe we're doing the final live stream weekend where we're literally getting it ready to start and run, and
yeah,
we're gonna be like, we need this one part, and we're probably gonna be driving, well, all
yeah.
around the area.
Or we dismantle another car to get this one running.
Well, that's it,
So
yeah.
me and James plan once the car is painted, and obviously lockdown's really stopped us because I think it'd be quite nice to do a lockdown sanding session, wouldn't it? But yeah, we've sort of planned to do a few building sessions with it, and definitely when it's finished and it's running, and
Yeah, because
yeah, we'll do a live with that. So
I think if we lived that little bit closer, where we could, Minis roughly, well, it's not really 2 meters apart, but if we stick to one side each, we could socially distance sand in a Mini, I think.
yeah.
But
How many bags of filler dust have you got?
yeah,
My driveway's been swept too many times, but luckily there's not that much filler going into the car, which is good. The backs obviously need a little bit if you've followed the videos. Yeah, it's getting there. I think it's getting there, but I think I doubt myself a lot, which doesn't help.
yeah, he won't. Jerry will be a donor car that weekend.
Yeah, I think so. So every time James has rang me and we're talking about new plans, and this week we've been in contact quite a lot because we've got a new thing coming to the channel. I'll leave it there. Yeah, he's every time he's rung me, I've been sanding. So he's like, "What are
Yeah,
you doing now?"
I could just hear the scraping in the background whilst we're chatting. But I got to multitask. No time
Yeah,
like the present.
exactly. Like Mike said, it's another Mini that's saved, and yeah, I hope so. I hope I can do it justice. It's like I say, it might not be for everyone, but for me, it's sat since 2001. It's been smashed front and back. It's what I can't do a lot else. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to get it on the road. I'm going to enjoy it. That's the main thing. You got to enjoy the whole process. I'm not quite enjoying the sanding process, but we're getting there. It's an experience, so I'm enjoying that. Yeah, it's definitely one saved. A bit like the Clubman estate, really. That got saved from a garden. Not personally by me, but by a good friend of mine. I would have five. Yeah, I think I'm looking at 4 to 5 litres, really, paint-wise. I got through over a litre doing the inside and the underneath. Yeah, I want to put enough paint on there so I've got something to polish as well. So there might be an extra coat, maybe. I'm not sure yet. The paint aspect I've not tackled. Obviously, you guys watch my videos. I haven't got a lot of space, so I'm trying to work the logistics out of how I'm going to paint the shell and at least a few of the panels at the same time. I'm leaving the bonnet because the bonnet gets in the way when you're trying to build a car anyway. So I'm not really focusing on getting the bonnet painted just yet because it's just going to get damaged if I paint it and have it in the garage. So
Probably one of the last things
the
to go
bonnet's
on.
going to be a while off. Yeah, so once the engine's really in and most of the wiring and the brakes are plumbed, I'll probably look at getting the bonnet painted and put on. But yeah, the shell and the doors and the boot really. In my head, I'm sort of going to get the paint and hopefully get that next week. I want to paint the boot lid, maybe see how it comes out. Stop doubting himself. But yeah, we'll get there. It's going to look good. The colour, I'm quite flattered by people saying they like the colour because I guess it's not for everyone. But for me, it's just a bit better than the black that it was. Get a donor car and install that too.
Yeah. Yeah, that sound like something we would do as well, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Unless,
Yeah, we would get a donor car and then feel sorry for the donor car and end up putting up.
yeah, less filler means quality metal. Well, that is true. Like if you watch the professionals, well, I say professionals, if you watch the insurance people and stuff, they will literally just
Bondo a car.
they'll fill it and smooth it because it's easier just to slap a load of filler on and smooth it out and then paint it and then it looks the same, but underneath is obviously crap.
Yeah.
Will you be taking the Clubman to the London to Brighton in October? Well, unfortunately, I think there's other plans for October.
Yeah. I unfortunately cannot make London to Brighton. I could have made it if it was in May, like it was meant to be. I can't make London to Brighton for personal reasons, but James will be there hopefully. So yeah, if you see James, he'll be getting a bit of footage. Hopefully, chat to some of you guys. Maybe even see the Cooper there. You never know. So you might be able to get a last minute ticket.
Yeah,
but yeah, for me, sorry, I won't be. You probably see the Clubman early next year, really, because the shows are wrapping up, and
well, they never happened.
Yeah, but by that point, any shows that would have happened would be September, October, and for me, in my personal life, I haven't I won't have enough time for it really.
Yeah, I think any sign of any sort of show, even September, is looking unlikely. Maybe one or two, but it's going to be next year. Next year will be a different year. We'll be everywhere. We won't have time to live stream. We will be at shows every weekend. So.
Yeah. How do you protect your cars after paint? Do you go with wax, oil method, or do something else modern? So if you're talking about the wax side of things, underside of a car, I do. To be fair, I use wax oil. It's not for everyone. A lot of people, there is other really expensive products out there, loads of good cavity waxes. But wax oil for me, get it on the compressor, get it everywhere, make sure it's dripping out of the cavities. It's done. It's tried and tested in my eyes, and it always does really well. I think James agrees. He used wax oil as well.
Yeah, always.
It's how we get our cars on the road for a budget, really. So.
Oh, it's a pain. It's a pain to put on, and it is messy. It sticks to you like glue, but
it doesn't look pretty when it's done.
Yeah,
but
once it dries hard, which takes a little while, it doesn't look too bad, and you can then at least brush past it without getting it all over you. But But at the end of the day, you want it to be. I love the smell of it. Yeah. At the end of the day, you want it to stick and clean to the car because you don't want it coming off. So.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you're talking about on top of the car, personally, I quite like a lot of the Meguiar's or Autoglym products. When the car's freshly painted, obviously it'll be flattened and polished, so you got a layer of polish there. And then I use Aqua Wax. I really enjoy Aqua Wax. I think that's really good. There's a few really good ones on the market. I personally don't stick to anything in particular.
No,
I do like to try new things.
This is where me and you We're different a little bit because I swear by one company when it comes to my car cleaning products, and that's Meguiar's. I always
See, over the years I've really liked Meguiar's. I used to be Autoglym through and through, but Meguiar's have really got good products. So
I would.
The one thing I will rave for them: have you tried the waterless wash and wax?
Yeah.
That's what Violet's been kept clean with. That car hasn't seen water apart from when we washed it yours that time for about a year.
It still looks clean. Yeah, it's.
It's a bit weird spraying it and never touching it with water, but you literally wash your car in 20 minutes on a Mini. It's mint. It's really, really good.
They've just released a hybrid wax as well, like a spray on wax with a ceramic coating, which apparently
ceramic coating, yeah.
Which there might be some of that coming to the channel at some point.
Yeah, we've got a bit of detailing to do on the new project, haven't we? So you never know.
It's just making me laugh what we can potentially do. It just seems. I think we're going to have some fun with this, and I hope everyone gets behind it and they will enjoy it as well. So.
Yeah, Nigel, that brand is another one I haven't tried yet, and I have heard a lot of really good things about it.
Graham's daring you to read the last comment out. Have you seen it?
The best way of getting your car polished is to get married. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's one thing you'll see in the videos when James starts working on the sidewalk, though, that the car is always particularly. It's not really. I wouldn't class it as clean now. You keep saying it's really clean, but to me, it needs a massive detail.
To be fair, it has got a good layer of wax on it, but like even when we washed it, it has left like watermarks where streaks. Yeah. I think it could probably benefit from a really good polish again with a coating of some sort, and hopefully, I think we're going to be trying out some ceramic coating products because I haven't really experienced it. Obviously, a lot of people in the Alpha community where on my daily drive I polish that quite a bit, but I've never really just done polish or wax. So everyone swears by ceramic coating now or some sort of hybrid ceramic coating. So I'm interested to try that out because if it makes, from what I've seen, water just beads off, and if it rains, it just doesn't dry. It just literally will find a way to get off the car.
So on MJ the Cooper, if you guys follow along with that as well as the Budget Clubman, which we appreciate both, that's at the point where I'm nearly ready to detail it. So Yeah, with that, I think I'm going to start with a real deep wash. Warm soapy water, probably Maguire's product. That's what I've got on the shelf. Well, I've got a choice actually at the moment, which is good. But then I'm probably going to clay bar the car because the car is sat on my driveway through work. It's sat in storage with James. It's got quite a lot of heavy, deep dirt stuck to the roof. It's a white roof, but it doesn't look white when even though when you clean at the moment. It's had a few stickers on the car and stuff like that. So I'm going to probably end up clay barring the car just to get the surface clean as possible. Then wash it again, get rid of all that sort of the residue left from that, and then it'll probably get a real deep polish or a machine polisher. I'm probably gonna spend about a day on it at least, if not two. Deep machine polish, and then it'll get a finishing wax after. So hopefully James will appreciate that. It's not obviously perfect. You guys have seen it. A lot of people commented on the doors. The doors are going to get done. I think it's a winter project, isn't it? That the doors.
It's
But
I think time, money, and constraints at the moment. It's
just want to enjoy it at the moment. It's going to get to the point where it's on the road, isn't it? So
I think it's more getting it painted, and we want to get it back on the road and actually use it for what it is.
yeah.
And then we wanted to get it. We just want to get it back with an MOT because doors can be repaired whilst the car has got MOT, and it just makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah. I mean, for argument's sake, if you waited till the end of the year, January sales come back out and get the door skins straight after Christmas, get it ready for the show season, new doors painted up, and it doesn't let the car down really. Yes, it's not pretty, and the driver's one's worse, but the car is still so good. It is a good car. So, Flat Cap, do wax freshly painted cars? Now, this is a bit of a controversial thing. I don't personally. We did with the Midas because we're on such a tight deadline. We waxed it to protect it, just because it was going to a wedding straight after and it was raining and stuff like that. I personally wouldn't wax it straight away. Freshly painted car, I would leave it a little while, at least a few weeks to a month maybe. Yeah, at the end of the day, if the car's freshly painted, you've got a long time building it. So
it's a reliant Robin.
heating the wax up rust bucket does work. Get kettle boiled, bucket, stick wax oil in it, and it softens it up loads. What's this Reliant Robert in chat?
I think that could be saying what we might potentially have, but
well, we'll let you. It's not a Reliant Robin.
No, it's not. We'll give you that clue.
we'll let you have that.
I think Mark's had enough of fiberglass. Well, maybe he'll go back to it, but can't weld on fiberglass. But then there shouldn't be any reason for it to be welded. So,
Russ Burkett's moving his engine on Monday. Any tips, James? You're probably best for that. You've done a few more engine removals than me. Make sure the car's safe is what I'm going to say. And
yeah, I would say best if you've got an engine leveler on your crane. Not the end of the world if you don't. I just wrap a tow rope around the bottom of the sump. Probably not the best, but it's all I had at the time, and I've used it ever since. But
on that seatbelt.
Yeah, I wouldn't use seatbelt. No, I would say the trouble is they're pretty easy to remove once you've got the exhaust off and everything, and the radiator out, and it's the engine mount. The engine mounts is going to be the interesting bit because they can be quite fiddly to get your hand on or get a spanner on to undo them.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
The pin in the gear linkage.
Yeah. What I would say is definitely put captive nut engine mounts back in because it will save you a lot of grief.
Yeah, definitely.
I've always been quite fortunate. I've got quite small hands, and I always managed to help and get to like the smaller places to get your fingers behind to undo the bolt to get the engine mounts off. But I would say take your time, don't rush it. Definitely get a crane leveler. Is that what they're called? Can't remember what.
Yeah, it's like it's got the attachment to the engine, hasn't it? And then it's sort of got like almost like cogs, doesn't it? And it turns and levels the engine out. It's not so bad on the Mini because it's not quite lopsided. It's not like you're bringing it out of the transmission hanging off the back of it, so there's quite a lot of weight. But
take the bonnet off.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It does make life easier.
I've seen someone trying to take an engine with the bonnet still on, and I was just like, you're not getting it out. I don't know why you're even thinking that. But yeah,
One
it's
thing I would say, we're moving away from taking the engine out. Obviously, like James said, make sure it's safe. I'd take the time to clean the engine bay and everything out while you're in there, because it's one thing I've always regretted when I have an engine out. You put it back in, you're like, I wish I painted the engine bay or tidied that up or replaced that while I was there. It's definitely good access, isn't it, when the engine's out of the way?
yeah, he's got a Clark load leveler, so perfect. And yeah, just don't be afraid to use it and tilt it if you need to, just to get clearance.
Make
But
sure everything's disconnected.
yeah, what have I forgotten to do in the past? Left the speedo drive connected because you forget about that.
And gear linkage.
Yeah, gear linkage is also a pain to get out. Make sure that's off. But once you've got the right punch tool for that, that's easy. But yeah, just make sure the speedo drive cable's out because I've lifted an
And
engine.
the battery cable.
Yeah,
Battery
battery
cable as
cable.
well.
I think
I've
that should
forgotten
come
that
off with
once.
the oh the do you mean the earth strap or the
The one on the there's the main one coming round onto the starter motor. I've forgotten to undo that one, so I've disconnected it but not
not
taken it
taking off the
off.
start mate? Yeah,
And it's
okay,
not out of
yeah.
the way, and you've yanked it and you started pulling the car. And I've did it once and I've never done it again. But
But
it's just things to look out for.
it's
Take
not
your time, like
it's
you
yeah
said.
it's take your time. I mean, don't rush it. It's you don't want to drop it. You don't want to crack the sumps in as it's alloy, and then you you buggered then. Then you've got to change it all. But and you don't want to scratch
Yeah.
it unless you're getting it painted. I guess the
Mm.
cross member at the front. You don't really want to mess that up. But
Yeah.
it's it's a simple job. But yeah, just take your time, and you won't. I don't think
Yeah.
you'll have too many problems. It sounds like you got all the
The
right
one
gear.
thing I got asked, when did I get asked? A little while ago now, like if the car's rolling like a built car and you're taking the engine out, you can just pop the top ball joint off and move the hub out the way, and the drive shafts pull out the box. A lot of people strip all the hubs out, take everything out. You don't need to actually do that. You don't need to disconnect any of your brakes or anything like that. Just knock the top ball joint out, and it will slide out the way and give you enough access to get the engine out. But that's personally how I do it, because
Yeah.
then the car can just be back on the floor and rolling after. It's not immobile. Then you can push it around on your drive or garage.
When I've had to
But
do
that's my tip.
on Eve when I've had to do a quick engine in and out in a weekend, yeah, just pop the ball joint and pull the the inner CV pot
Yeah,
out.
you can put it out as one unit then, can't
Yeah,
you?
and then it just goes out. I wouldn't personally worry about trying to detach the inner pot joints from the gearbox because
No,
that is a pain in the arse job and
and it leaks oil.
yeah, then it leaks oil. So it's especially if you want to keep the oil in it. But if you're going to drain the oil, might as well drain it. Might as well make it a little bit lighter. But if you're going to store the engine, I'd say probably leave the oil in it, just to give it
Yeah,
a bit of chance of surviving. But if it's
yeah,
dry
I
stored,
agree.
it should never seize anyway. So
No. You guys getting an R50 Mini and doing a custom paint job on it. One, we have actually spoke about getting an R50 Mini. I think it's something you wanted to get about last year, didn't you?
yeah,
So I had one at the beginning of the year.
I don't I was offered one for 500 quid. It literally had like 2 weeks MOT left, and it needed like brakes doing just to get through the MOT, and that was it.
Yeah,
ABS sensor and the pads, discs and pads. It was very simple, and I was almost going to go buy it, but something come up, and I can't remember what happened. But I've been thinking about them, but I'd want to
mm,
have it, drive it, and then get rid of it. I wouldn't. I don't think I'd keep it.
yeah. I got mine in intentions of keeping it, but my day-to-day life, I needed a parts hauler and I needed something a bit more motorway friendly. Um, I would have loved to have kept it. They are good cars, and I think we will have one at some point. I think we will get one and do something with it because they are quite cheap at the moment. Um, yeah. Problem is, we've primarily got classic minis. You guys follow classic minis, and there's a lot of haters for the new minis out there.
Yeah.
So it's me and James personally don't mind the early ones at least. But
I
yeah, it's well,
do you
never
know,
know.
I hated them with Avengers. As soon as they first come out, I was like, no, it's not a mini. It's nothing to do it. It's a binny.
Mm.
It's that. But I don't know. Maybe I've softened in my old age. I quite like the look of them, and I think it'd be cool just to have one. But I don't think I've got a purpose for one really.
No.
I think if we were,
But yeah, we might have one on the channel. I think we might do one on the
I think if
channel.
we was to do one, maybe do like a modern mini with exhausts, etc., alloys and stuff, tie it up a bit, and then
Yeah,
but it'd
move it
probably
on.
be a project we would move on. would do some stuff and then sell it on. But yeah, there's lots of ideas coming through.
Yes, Rusty Auto. Rover did have hands in the early one. If you've seen, we've got it on I think it's car reviews, one of our playlists. I had a Y-Reg pre-production car, and yeah, there was a lot of, you could tell there was a lot of Rover presence. Like the labels on the seats were actually the Mini logo off the late sports pack, and not the compressed Mini badge like on the B&W Minis. There's a few bits and pieces inside which you could tell had something to do a Rover, and there is actually a few parts on the car. I never found them myself because mine was always quite reliable, apart from my wiper motor that broke. There is actually a few parts that actually have B&W and Rover stamped to them. So there is that. Yeah, the early ones definitely. Yeah. I got a lot of respect for them. We wouldn't love our classics as much if it wasn't for that car being launched. So people have to respect it in that way, and they've made our cars more valuable, more sought after, and yeah,
it's kept the.
I don't agree with some of the new ones though.
if like some of the original pre-production BMW Minis, the glass was still manufactured by Rover, and it has the Rover stamp in the glass, so you don't see it that often. But yeah, it was a big part. It's a shame. It probably would have saved Rover if they had the funding to do it themselves, but
definitely.
And Rover would probably still be around today, but you know what happened. BMW didn't want to buy Rover because it was in so much debt, and they just bought the Mini name, and that was it. And then made it themselves. Bought the designs, the copyright, everything.
So I mean, a lot of people do dislike the new Mini, and I'm not a massive BMW fan, to be honest. I've had a BMW, I've driven quite a few, but I wouldn't rave about the company as being the best car in the world or whatever. But they are nice cars, and they do make a good quality car. So it is quite a good company to take over Mini, and they have kept it alive. You know, the brand is still there. The brand's still, you know, the people that normally own the new Minis as well have had the old Mini back in the day, but can't have a classic car, or they've got both. They've got a new and an old, you know, like I've had and a lot of people have had. So I guess it's what you like, isn't it? You can hate them, and like I said, I don't particularly like the late ones. I didn't really like the R50. I don't really like much after that. I like the R55 Clubman, but it's got a French engine in it. Although, you know, we've got a lot of experience with French engines now, so. But yeah, I think it's a Peugeot engine in the late ones, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Graham was saying, he didn't like them at first, but he has one now, so I think they're nice cars. I think
they are good cars.
I think there's so many of them about. They're not exactly valuable, but we said it's kind of like a history's repeated itself, because you go back to the early 2000s and you could pick up an old Mini for 400 or 500 quid that had MOT and ran, and like now in 2020 you could pick.
These are the Mark 1 Minis that we didn't get the
chance to buy. Yeah. You could pick up a BMW Mini for 500 quid, 600 quid, or even a good one though with might have high miles, but good examples for around $1,000.
And Graham said they're still built in the UK. It's still very much a British
brand. It's still
they're
still very much Oxford.
It's owned by Germans, but it's still very much a British car.
I think that's one thing I couldn't forgive BMW for. They did keep the spirit alive, the sense of it. It's
and they do a lot for the Mini behind the scenes. They attend all the classic shows. They have stands.
Exactly. They probably put a lot of funding into a lot of shows because of advertising the newer models and stuff. And it's great to have that, I think, because it just keeps the Mini scene alive. I think there'll still be a Mini scene without BMW Minis, but probably nowhere near as big as it is today. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I again, it's Marmite, isn't it?
Yeah.
Controversial, I guess, but it's Answer to your question, we might have one on the channel. If one comes up and maybe needs a bit of work, I don't know. The part's pretty cheap on them. You can probably buy two for the price of one and build a good one. So.
My dad's laughing. He's probably like, "What have I turned into?"
Yeah. GP Minis hold their value well. Yeah, I guess, but that's because they're quite rare and not many were made. I know Matt's just bought, or he's waiting. I don't know if he's got it yet. He's got the very late GP Mini, but again, for me, not poo-pooing your car, Matt. I just think they're a lot of money for what they are. I do think they're a lot of money, but look at what's on the channel now. There's a John Cooper Works or John Cooper Garage Conversion Mini. That was a lot of money back in the day, you know. And it is like James just said, it's like history repeating itself. It's, you know, that is the John Cooper specialist sort of car that people sought after in the classic, and it's the new version of that. So yeah, I mean, they're awesome cars. They're absolutely ridiculous speed for the size of the car as well. Yeah, they're well spec'd. But yeah, for me, I think it's because it's yeah. I don't think I can have a hatchback daily. I don't think I could do that. That's why I had to sell my R50, unfortunately. Yeah, two for there's two for Tuesday, so if we get two R50s on a Tuesday. But yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens over the next few months. We've got a few plans. I think we need to start writing a list down, James.
We do. We need to start getting things together. And there's so much content we could be bringing right now that it's
Definitely.
we've got to stay safe still. Sorry, stay alert, and then go from there. But
yeah, it's what at the end of the day, it's yeah. We got so much coming, and what we've got up our sleeve from this week will enable us to bring so much to you guys. So it's going to be quite epic, really. We're quite excited, aren't we, James?
we're excited, and hopefully, maybe in the next couple of weeks,
few weeks, hopefully we
in a
can bring
few
it to you.
weeks, yeah, we can bring it to you. So I want to tell everyone. But it will. I think it's better to keep people in suspense.
So I think we'll leave you guys with that suspense. It's been great chatting to you. Thank you all for tuning in again. It's been great to see some familiar faces back, and thank you for everyone that's, you know, from Sydney and America. It's great that you guys have tuned in. We really appreciate it. Budget Clubman is moving along very slowly, I feel like, anyway. And James has got Violet, so there's going to be some more on that next week. And you have our new addition to look forward to. So yeah. Thank you all. We're going to go and look at car parts.
Yeah, stay alert. Stay alert. If you see an Austin Maxi, let me know.
yeah, we need an Austin Maxi one day. But thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe, everyone, and thank you for supporting us. And if you haven't already, please go and see the giveaway because it's well worth taking part in.
Yeah, have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we'll be out of this lockdown sooner rather than later. Although
yeah, definitely,
it is a little bit it is relaxed, but we want it to relax a little bit more, so we can actually.
We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Thank you for sticking with us. Have a good weekend, everyone, and enjoy your projects.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go have a pint or a beer, but take care, everyone.
See you guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.